Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chaos Pony, the official podcast of the Order of the Pony. Were you going to say something, Robert?
Let's start over.
You got that joke in pretty quick this episode.
It's right off the bat.
This is the fourth episode. Hopefully,
It's funnier because it's in the first 10 seconds. Why would I want to start over now?
How can you improve? How can you improve from the first 10 seconds now?
we can't. I think this is going to be the greatest episode we've ever recorded.
Probably.
And you know what? I don't even know what the topic of the week is.
Yeah, I forgot to send that to you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll get to that a little bit later in the show, though.
We'll learn together.
Yes.
Okay, I mean this seriously. Let's start over.
Why?
No?
Why did you want to start over?
Because we mentioned that you didn't send us the topic of the week yet, and we look like we don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. So you got a new video out, Robert.
Yes, I do. Actually, I have two new videos out. It's Nibbles Returns, which is a sequel to a video I made 8 months ago called R.I.P. Nibbles, where my little sister's hamster dies. And the other video is called The Night Angel, which is a beautiful musical piece that I put together. And it's a Knox classic. You should check them out on the YouTube.
It was beautiful.
Yes, wonderful.
It was a wonderful, wonderful film, Robert.
I
That was
laughed.
art. It's
I
my
cried.
art.
I might have peed myself a little bit.
I peed
All the
myself
above.
while I was making it.
We have a new video out too. It's called Marshmallow
Yes.
People.
Marshmallow
that.
people.
It is about marshmallows.
It is.
Bunch of craziness in that video, Jason.
There's a lot of
That's all
craziness in that video.
There is. What the hell's going on? I don't even know.
The next video we have coming out is the one with you, Robert.
Oh, really? I'm excited.
I'm gonna edit that soon.
Nice. You know what's going to be called yet?
No, I don't have a title yet.
Are you going to edit Robert out of the video before you release it?
Yeah, I got a CG and someone else.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best.
You're going to CG in a Lemon Demon?
Yeah, Neil Ciceriga. I gotta put him in. It'll be Neil. Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, people like their marshmallows though.
They do.
And,
It's
their
funny.
triangles.
Do people really like triangles or marshmallows better, Jason?
I understand
know.
the marshmallows, but why are the triangles? That's not a food.
I don't know. I just wanted to put some triangles in there. I've been drawing those triangle guys for ever.
We go to this
Yeah,
restaurant. We go to this fancy restaurant that puts the paper on top of the table, and Jason draws triangles all over this.
Yeah,
And I think that was the inspiration for triangles.
I drew triangle people all over the table at the Italian restaurant.
I
Yeah.
finally got the use of them.
I did. I've been drawing triangle people on birthday cards forever.
Have you?
Yeah, every birthday card I put a little triangle guy somewhere.
Oh wow! I didn't even realize that.
Yep, it's been going on for like 10 years.
And I'm just now hearing about this.
Apparently.
Jason.
Yeah,
I didn't know about the triangles either.
It's my little, because it's the only thing I can draw, a triangle. I am an awful artist. I can't draw anything. That's why in most of my videos the characters hardly move at all, because I cannot draw the same character twice and have them look remotely the same. It takes me hours. Like, if you look at the artwork in my videos, it looks like it's just like quickly thrown together. But I spend all day on the artwork, like for an individual character. I'll just sit there for hours and hours redrawing until it looks remotely acceptable.
You're a hack. You know, we really aren't that good at what we do.
So me and Chris saw the Discovery launch.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the Twitter.
Yes, we saw the spaceship Discovery.
Yes. Discovery's final mission, if I may add, into space.
What is it doing in space?
It is orbiting
stuff.
the Earth. Yes, it is. I think it docked to the space station yesterday. Actually,
Yeah, I saw a picture of it of the shuttle taken from the space station. It was pretty cool.
yeah, they can get some pretty sweet pictures. I know they usually try to inspect the tiles before it docks. So the space station usually takes good high def pictures, high quality pictures of the underbelly of the shuttle to make sure there's no cracks and missing tiles.
Yeah, that's important. We don't want another disaster.
No, No, but yeah, the launch day, that was an all-day event, Jason.
Yeah, that took all day. Speaking of the disaster, I looked up. I was just curious at one time as to whether there were any vegetarian astronauts, and and so I found one, and so I looked her up, and it turns out she's one of the ones who died.
Was she one of the ones that died on the latest, the Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia.
Was it the lady's name I cannot pronounce?
Kalpana Chalwa.
Okay, she's probably a vegetarian because I think she was from India, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's Indian.
Yeah, and I think a lot of. There you go. Yeah,
there's a lot of vegetarians in
India. Yes,
but yeah, we saw the Discovery launch into space. It was
pretty awesome.
It was a very surreal experience, actually, being right there as it launches up into the sky.
I was there too. Y'all didn't know.
Yes, Robert followed us.
I was rigging the launch.
There was a Saudi princess there.
Yes.
Oh, really? That was me.
She spent $7,000 to have an astronaut sit next to her as she watched the launch.
That's how I spend my money.
She did have a resemblance of Robert.
Yeah, she actually did kind of look like Robert.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Robert, I didn't realize that you could pass as a Saudi princess.
You don't realize a lot of things about me.
Robert is very graceful.
Extremely graceful.
Yes.
He was in the Black Swan, too.
Yeah, Robert. Robert did an Eddie Murphy thing. He played every character in Black Swan.
That's our Robert.
That's our Robert.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, but I was not expecting at the Discovery launch was the sound. It wasn't even that it was super loud, because it wasn't as loud as I expected it to be, but it was this bizarre sort of sound that just encompassed you, that you felt throughout your whole body, and it really... That was the point, because I've seen the shuttle launch before, because I live in Florida, so I've seen it in the sky from a distance, but being that close, it felt like you would imagine seeing a spaceship fly off. It felt like that. It was this very, very powerful sort of feeling.
Yeah, it does shake your body, and the cool thing is because you're a few miles away from the pad, I think about a little over 2 miles away from the pad, it takes a little bit for the sound to travel, so as it's going up, the first several seconds, you don't hear anything. You're just looking at it, and then eventually, by the time the sound gets to you, it's already halfway in the sky. It does shake your body. It's really cool. I never get tired of watching those.
I didn't expect to be moved by the launch, because I've seen a bunch of them, but I'm just from a distance. But standing there, being close up to watch people who've strapped themselves onto this gigantic bomb exploding up into the sky, just for the advancement of knowledge and human exploration, I was tearing up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was. I think it's a representative of the better part of humanity.
Oh yeah. A lot has been done because of the people who strapped themselves to this bomb to be launched into space.
Yep.
I actually missed most of it. I fell asleep.
Well, it's funny. It's funny is that's true, because you make a good point. I seriously doubt the launch made front news, in any paper except for local papers here. Yeah. I doubt anybody in Colorado even knew the shuttle was going up.
I saw it on Yahoo.
Well, there's only like one more launch, right?
There's actually, I think they approved the last. I think there's going to be two more. This is the last one for Discovery, but there should be definitely one, possibly two.
Well,
why are they the last ones?
The program's being ended.
Why?
It's a money thing. Like the shuttle program wasn't supposed to last this long, from what I understand. It was not a decades-long program, but it just ended up being that way. So they were starting up. What was the program they were starting?
Constellation. That was to be the replacement. That's going back to the rocketry.
But that got canceled.
They got canceled
because it was, I think the cost benefit was off. It wasn't going to be a proper replacement, and the amount of money it was costing was too high. Although it is incredibly disappointing that we're going to have such a large window of time in which we don't have launches going up.
watch out! Those Chinese are going to be getting up there, and they're going to rip our flag. They're going to rip our flag out of the moon, and they're going to put their own Chinese flag right in the moon.
Oh, those bastards! They can't just put the flag next to ours.
Well, if they put it next to ours, theirs is just going to be a little bit bigger.
This is going to be.
That's what they're going to make their flag bigger.
This is going to be the episode known as the Christopher Rants against the Chinese episode.
I'm very concerned about it. You know,
I thought we were worried about the Russians.
Well, we were worried about them, and we beat them to the moon. And that's when everyone kind of gave up.
Or did we?
What?
Oh no, you don't. I'm just kidding.
Space.
Robert doesn't believe we've been to the moon. Tell Buzz Aldrin that, and he'll punch her right in the face.
Yeah, that video was amazing.
No, I believe we've been to the moon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see Apollo 18 about the aliens on the moon.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
I don't want to see it because it looks like a good movie. I just want to see it because I like to watch space movies to see if I can, because if they film anything around here, I like to point out things that are local.
You know what's a good space movie? Barbarella.
What?
What's that?
What was that?
You ever seen Barbarella?
I don't believe I saw that one.
Oh man, it was a Jane Fonda movie from the 60s, I think. She plays Barbarella. She's
the image search on Google alone is pretty intriguing.
Yeah,
is this a movie that I need to add to my Netflix?
Probably. I mean, there is a scene in which she has sex with a piano. So she gets strapped into a sex piano. That's all you need to know about this movie, really.
She gets strapped into a sex piano.
Yes,
what is this?
There's a sex piano in this movie.
Is this like a softcore porn?
No, it's an exploitation film. But it's the whole opening sequence is Jane Fonda stripping out of a spacesuit, like a NASA style, helmet and everything, and she's stripping out of it.
It was made in 1968, the year before we landed on the moon. I bet you NASA really loved this movie.
This is an awful film, but it is great. It is a great awful film.
I had sex with a violin once.
How was it?
Don't do it.
The strings are pretty rough, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm stuck looking at Google Images now.
of Jane Fonda as Barbarella.
Barbarella. This looks like a joke of a movie.
The whole movie is spent with her going around having sex with different people.
Oh my god.
And she's a space agent in the future where all violence has gone, but apparently there are some people trying to bring war and weapons back, and so she goes out into space, and I guess she finds like a caveman dude, and she has sex with him, and then she finds this angel guy, and she has sex with him, and then she ends up having sex with a sex piano. It's like a piano that you get strapped inside of, and then someone plays it.
It looks ridiculous. You know, a movie I did.
Your alley.
Who's that? Mine or Jason's?
Jason's.
This is right up there with the Zardoz. Yeah.
This is a film you'd send me for my birthday.
Barbarella, yeah.
That was like one of the first things you sent me for one of my birthdays.
Zardoz.
Zardoz.
The tabernacle is indestructible and everlasting.
You know, a movie I did add to my Netflix that I really want to see is The Right Stuff.
I haven't seen that.
I never saw it. It's about the original Mercury 7 astronauts. It looked pretty good.
But is it as good as Barbarella?
It's on a different playing field there. Dennis Quaid's in it, Ed Harris, Sam Shepard. It was Philip Kaufman was a director.
Yep.
I think it was like an actual good movie as opposed to someone going around.
Are you saying Barbarella
things.
is not a good movie?
It's a good movie,
Chris.
maybe if you want to see softcore porn.
There's not even outside of the opening sequence. There's no nudity. I don't know why because Jane Fonda is a serious actress. I have no idea why she agreed to this film. I have no idea. And in the opening sequence, it's like there's because she's stripping out of the spacesuit, and the opening credits are playing over it. Except the letters are specifically moving out of the way so that you can see all the bits of Jane Fonda. Like it's like one of those. It's like the Austin Powers sequence where things are strategically covering him, except they're moving out of the way. It's the opposite.
Is it like a spoof movie like Airplane, like that kind of like a Leslie Nielsen type of spoof movie, or
It's an exploitation film. It's supposed to be ridiculous.
Maybe I'll check it out.
I probably won't.
Yeah,
I'll pass.
you're gonna pass on that one, Robert.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
So anyway, the topic of this week is the International Primate Protection League.
Oh,
God damn it, Jason.
I've been waiting for this.
The International Primate Protection League was founded in 1973 in Thailand by Dr. Shirley McGreal.
Okay, sing a song about it now, Chris.
It's represented in 31 countries and has offices in the UK and the US and works towards the well-being of non-human primates. I like the name of this, the International Primate Protection League. I can just see someone like busting into a club with a gun and a badge, yelling, "We're the International Primate Protection League."
I know you got some primates back there. Get down, get down.
Where are the monkeys? Where are the monkeys? Freeze! International Primate Protection League.
I know you got underage monkeys working behind the counter there. Show me your papers. Golly.
On the organization's 30th birthday, he wrote to them saying, "The League can look back with much pride on its very considerable achievements. Most primate populations around the globe are in better state thanks to its activities." Prince Philip.
The IPPL needs more funding.
So this
Mayor, we need more funding. This monkey's getting hurt on the streets. We don't have enough officers.
Wow.
Do they have a do they wear badges? Do they have a logo?
They better. They should have a uniform. At 10 years, they should have a company watch that you get.
Do they have AK-47s?
Yeah, they should have assault rifles.
maybe with the rubber bullets instead of we don't want to be lethal here.
Yeah, so that is our topic of the week, the International Primate Protection League.
IPPL.
I think this is my favorite topic of the week.
You think so?
I think it is.
I think so.
I've been waiting for this one.
This is the one we've been waiting for.
I've been waiting for this one. I didn't think it was going to come this soon. We're only on episode 4.
I know, but we've got it's all downhill from here.
It is.
The pony gave us a good topic this week.
Yeah, this is. I'm just looking as quickly as I can.
What do you guys say we end the show after this episode?
We're done.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah,
It's done.
We reach us. All right, we'll see you later.
So, Chris, you want to improvise a song about the International Primate Protection League?
You know, I anxiously click on the link to try to hope that there is something. I got 3 paragraphs, 3 small paragraphs of information here. What kind of song should I do? Should I do a rap or should I do a love song or
do a love song? Do a slow song because the first time you did I don't know what that was. And the second time you did a rap.
Yeah,
do a love song.
For
That's a good
slow
idea.
song, a slow love song.
A slow love song
that the people can dance with their loves with.
Should I do it?
For
Barry White.
The love. Do it for the lovebirds.
I'm trying to think if I should do a Barry White or just like a regular love song here.
It's not going to be very good either way.
No, it's going to be terrible.
Go
it's the International
Barry
Primate
White.
Protection. Should I go Barry White?
Go Barry White.
All right, I'm going to get a little closer to the microphone
Here
here.
we go. Up and personal with Chris Alex.
Hello there. How you doing, baby? All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. You're looking at me. You're looking deep into my eyes, baby. What do you see? Is that the IPPL you see in my eyes? You better believe it, because I'm the love machine, sitting here in the International Primate Protection League. Just call me IPPL for short, baby, because we were founded by Dr. Shirley McGreal. Yeah, she's real, baby. And we are represented in the UK and the US. Yeah, baby. I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Finish it.
Yeah, you have to yell it. You have to yell fiend.
Fiend.
Ah, there we go. That's how we know we're done.
That's how we know it's over.
I have no. I didn't. It didn't rhyme. I was more concerned about throwing in IPPL and more concerned about throwing International Primate and Shirley McGreal. That was a terrible song, terrible topic.
In your defense, the Wikipedia page is only like 4 sentences long.
We need to work on your improv skills, Chris.
I need to read more books.
I think we need to work on all of our improv skills.
Every single time I mention doing some improv exercises, Christopher's answer is, I need to read more books.
It's the books that do it. You know, it expands your mind. I got to stop watching a lot of TV and read more books.
I actually think Chris's improv is better than mine, at least.
What is your improv? All your movies, or?
Basically.
Your movies are very improvised.
You've seen my improv on the last couple episodes. It wasn't very good.
It's better than mine.
Every single improv with Robert ends with him just making yelling noises. That's how they all end up.
Well,
Here we are.
Naked
We're
and dead.
sitting here with the International Primate Protection League. There was Dr. Shirley McGrill, and we represent in 31 countries
We
with
can't do another one.
offices in the UK and the US.
You only get one shot, Chris, and you blew it.
You know what sucks about this is I can like sing at the top of my head about like pooping and farting and stuff like that, but when
And
it
you
comes to,
can't.
when it comes to this, I got to read more books.
Well, pooping and farting is right up your alley.
It
That's
is
all you
because
ever do. As
well,
soon as
everybody
I saw
poops.
you.
Well, everybody poops.
Well,
You know?
not in front of me. First time I met you, that's the first thing you did is you shat in my hand.
Well,
First
that's how
reached out
that's
my
how I
hand to
greet.
shake
That's
your
how I greet
hand.
you.
Christopher has the sense of humor of a 12-year-old boy.
I held out my hand to
I
shake
do.
your hand, and you put a turd in my hand. I'm like, oh.
I wanted
you.
to make a good impression.
Jason's laughing because I didn't see it coming, but he knew it was going to happen.
Every time I see Jason, I bring him a little turd.
Like a monkey that the International Primate
Yes,
Protection
exact-
League is protecting.
And there you
Well,
go.
you guys didn't know this, but I'm actually one of the
brought it
founding
back.
members.
You're one of the founding members.
Right,
That is
never mind,
amazing.
because it was found in '73. I wasn't born yet. Never mind.
You're a liar, Christopher.
But you,
You're
caught
a
me.
liar.
You
you
caught
work-
me.
You work in NASA, then can't you like go back in time by going into space or something?
I
Or
could.
You got to
NASA-
find like a wormhole.
NASA
that
launched.
goes-
NASA launched a monkey into space.
They did.
Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Is the monkey okay?
I don't know.
I know they launched a dog into space to see what would happen to a body if it was exposed to space.
Yeah, Laika.
Actually, yeah, wasn't Laika launched by the Russians?
Yeah.
And I think we launched the monkey.
Laika the space dog. I think
Why
I'm
would you-
I think
why would
I'm
you launch a
pronouncing that right.
dog?
That might be totally wrong.
I could understand. Laika, I think Laika is the name of it,
I mean,
or Lika. I don't know.
Laika.
Like a dog.
Like a dog.
Dog.
Yeah, Laika the
So
space dog.
I could understand launching a monkey because that's the closest thing to humans. But a dog, though, I wonder what you got to make a funny looking helmet for it.
What about a cow?
With a snout hanging out.
When are we gonna launch cows into space?
Maybe India's working on
Nobody
that.
cares about a cow.
It would be expensive to launch a cow into space. Cows are
Why?
heavy.
Why?
There's a poundage limit you have.
Oh, really? What about gerbils? You can just launch. You can launch a bunch of those into space at the
Probably.
same time. You don't need a spaceship. Just like shoot them up in the air.
You
Can
can
you
do
imagine that? Like 300 gerbils,
They did launch.
99 gerbils flying into space.
I'm not sure why you would want to do that.
because
Did you-
it's a funny visual.
Well, Jason, we were watching that video on the bus ride back, and they launched all those honeybees into space.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of honeybees.
there were.
Babies.
Could you imagine it was in a
Space
glass
bees.
case? It
That
was in
is-
a
that is
glass case.
terrifying.
Oh, could you imagine that broke open?
It broke open. They get radiation. There's this swarm of mutated space bees that descend onto the planet.
Oh
And
my
then-
god.
And then they sting
I'd be frightened.
and we turn into super
Bee
human.
people. I'm pretty sure there was a
people.
movie with that exact plot.
With bees?
Not, you're probably gonna make it now.
I'm pretty with
The bee people.
bees from space who sting people and turn them into bee people. I vaguely remember a movie like that.
Was it bees? Didn't they, the fly or something like that? Oh, that was like a cross contamination or
Yeah, I
something.
mean, there was an old black and white horror film that I'm pretty sure had that plot, but I do not remember the title.
Actually, I remember the time I turned into a Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
What does it
I
feel like to
remember
turn
that
into a
too.
Jeff Goldblum?
It was really slow and really dull. I actually like Jeff Goldblum.
I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I liked him best in Jurassic Park.
That's your favorite Jeff Goldblum?
That's
character?
Chaos Theory.
That is my favorite Jeff Goldblum movie.
Better than Independence Day.
How many
I
good
don't
films
know.
has he been in?
Independence Day was my favorite Will Smith movie.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. Hell no.
I like Men in Black. I think Men in Black is his best.
They're making a Men in Black 3.
Yes,
I know,
yes.
and an Independence Day 2 and 3.
Are you
It's being
serious?
Really?
Independence
they are.
Day?
They're making a 2 and 3, which is weird.
I did not know that.
Like back to back? They already know they're going to do a 3
Yeah.
straight to DVD.
I know Will Smith's going to be in it. I don't know if Jeff Goldblum's going to be in it. I really like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I think he's good. But Men in Black 3 is part of it's going to be filmed at the Space Center, actually.
I'm excited. I wasn't excited
really?
when I first, because I wasn't. I didn't think Men in Black 2 was that great, but Men in Black
Yeah.
3 is being written and directed by the guy who did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, so I think it
Did-
has
That
promise.
was a good movie.
Isn't that? I thought I saw that it was going to be coming out in 3D, Men in Black 3 3D or something like that.
I'm sure.
Something stupid like that. 3D. Like Jaws 3D.
Yeah. Movies.
3D movies.
Well, we should probably go to the delightful and the repugnant. What is your delightful and repugnant this week, Robert?
My delightful is V8 V Fusion.
Really?
I love that stuff. Not
that the,
I like normal. I like normal V8. It's okay, but I love V8 V Fusion. It's actually become my my soda substitute.
Is that the juice
good.
one?
Yeah, that's the juice one.
What is a V8 Splash? Isn't that another one?
I don't know the difference. I thought what I was drinking was V8 Splash, but it's V Fusion, so I don't know what V Splash is.
I actually had a
this is the,
V8 today.
But my favorite V Fusion is the strawberry banana one. That's great. I also like the raspberry and blackberry one.
So does it have any vegetables in it as well as the fruit, or is it just all fruit?
It's fruit. It's a full serving of fruit and a full serving of vegetables.
Snap! I just had a full serving of vegetables. I had a V8 spicy V8, the
No,
vegetable
really,
one.
I haven't had one of those. I need to try one of those.
I like spicy. See, I can handle that. If it wasn't spicy, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, because Jason knows how much soda I drink.
Way
Drink
too
a
much.
lot of way too much soda.
Way too much.
Yeah, when Robert was over at my house, he would get up in the morning and immediately grab a Coke.
Well, see, that's your because you don't drink coffee, do you, Robert?
Not
Is
at
it-
home. I'll
is-
usually, if I get coffee, I'll be at it'll be out somewhere, like at Starbucks or something.
Yeah. So the Coke in the morning is your cup of coffee.
Basically,
That's your caffeine to get up.
yeah.
What
And
is
sugar.
what is your repugnant?
Didn't like the. Got bored of the coffee talk.
Just trying to move the show along, man.
My repugnant is Mr. Interrupty Pants, Jason. No,
What?
No, my repugnant is Christopher Nolan's choice in female roles.
What?
They're always Christopher Nolan, his choice in female roles, like lead female roles. I mean,
Okay.
because his movies are great. I love his choice in male roles, but his female choices are always horrible.
Which
Katie Holmes and Maggie Gyllenhaal and that chick from the Matrix movies. I guess she wasn't that bad, but she's weird looking. I don't know
I
why.
like all of those actresses.
I didn't like him. Well, I didn't like him in the movie. I don't think I've seen Katie Holmes in another movie. No, I know. I saw Thank You for Smoking. Well, I didn't like him. So
So you don't like his casting choices
um,
for female roles.
who else didn't I like? I think that's it. I don't like most of his casting choices.
All right.
Oh, I don't think I really liked his choices in Inception either.
No,
I didn't like the wife. I'm not too crazy about call me crazy, but I'm not too crazy about that what's her name, that Juno chick.
Who is
something about her annoys me. I don't know what
Juno.
it is. Just her face.
Did you see
her facial expressions? I don't like her.
Did you see Hard Candy?
No, I didn't see that.
No, she was really good in that.
I haven't seen that. I've been wanting to.
Is it
But I didn't.
Ellen Page? You're
Yeah.
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
Ellen Page. Yeah.
Okay. I'm searching.
Something
through-
about her face just annoys me. Just her face. I don't know what it is. Just her face.
Robert's Repugnant this week is Ellen Page's face.
There you go.
Christopher, what is your delightful and repugnant?
My delightful for this week. I actually went there yesterday. I went to the Greek festival in Melbourne.
How was that?
It was really good. It was really good. The food was great. There was Greek dancing, Greek music. I had some Greek coffee. This is actually the first time I had Greek coffee, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, the overall event was really good. Getting my Greek on.
How does it compare to the other one we?
It's
go to?
It's I think it's smaller because I had memories because it's been a while since I've been to either of them, and I remember like carnival rides.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one that's down south, right?
Yeah,
Where you're, because you're going to be going to that one, right?
next week. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that one's a little bit bigger. This one it was pretty crowded, and unfortunately the way that the tent's set up, we couldn't get a seat under the main tent with all the dancing, so we had to sit off to the side and kind of missed out on some of the dancing while we were eating. But
Is that your repugnant?
yeah, no. Yes, my repugnant is I could not see the dancing very well. Yes, no, but the Greek festival was really good. I think it's going on today as well. But I mean, it was packed, and it's cash only. I mean, there was so much. They had like 3 sheriff's deputies like patrolling as they make cash deposits. I mean, the cash was flowing. It is ridiculous.
Was the
how much cash
International Primate Protection League there?
They were there to make sure that the lamb that was being served wasn't actually monkey. So
I wonder how much these guys make.
the Greek festival?
No,
The IPPL?
Yeah.
They probably make a good 6 figures.
You know, the IPPL, I think that should have been a rap song now that I think about it.
IPPL in the house.
Yeah.
What is your repugnant, Chris?
My repugnant is I dropped my Android phone on the tile, and unfortunately it doesn't work anymore. So I had to revert back to my old Windows 0.6 mobile phone, and my repugnant is I forgot how much this phone sucks.
Is it one of those 12-inch long phones?
It has
phones?
no,
A long antenna?
no antenna on it. You know, the phone is only the phone's only like about 3 years old, but the advancements in technology, this thing, I had to stare at it for 30 seconds when I got it activated to try to remember how to use this stupid thing.
Did you crack the
it's the
screen or
worst
something?
phone. No, the screen didn't even crack on my other one. I just dropped it and it went black.
I remember when I cracked my on my road trip, my first road trip to when I saw you guys, cracked my iPhone. I cracked my iPhone the night that I got into New York. It was like a welcome to New York.
And you had just gotten that too.
And I had to use, it was a brand new iPhone 4 that I spent $700 on. And 3 weeks later I broke it in New York. And I had to use this cracked phone for like 2 weeks until I got back home to Texas because I was on the road.
Crack right up the screen. You're cutting your finger open every time you slide across the
my
screen.
fingers were cut open. It was hell. Horrible things always happen when I go on road trips. Like, okay, the first road trip, my iPhone broke. There was something wrong with my starter. Like, I would have to like try to start my car like 5 times before it'll finally start. And the last road trip when I went to see you guys a couple of weeks ago, my tire exploded in the middle of nowhere at 2 a.m. And
I think it comes down to basically you just have to fly because most of the problems stem from your car.
Yeah, I am flying next time.
My delightful this week is Robert's misfortunes on his travels.
Oh, and you know what? I had to get a brand new tire a couple of weeks ago when that happened, when my tire exploded in Florida. And yesterday, a couple of days ago...
That is also part of my delightful.
A couple of days ago, the same tire that I just bought in Florida that I spent $160 on went flat,
And that is also part of my delightful.
and I had to get another tire.
Yep.
So within the last month, I've had to replace that tire twice.
Maybe it's your driving.
Probably. I've spent over $250 on tires the last month or so. That's like I could have bought a pair of pants with that.
Well, if they were on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My delightful this week is the Soda Pop shop.
Ah, yes.
Soda Pop
Oh
Stop.
yeah, I've been meaning to go there. I'm gonna get me some of that Red Dog root beer crap.
Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Why do I keep calling it Red Dog?
I don't know.
I think Red Dog's a beer.
Galco's Soda Pop Stop. It's you can order online. They have ridiculous amount of soda types and variations.
I'm gonna go on there now.
We have elderflower soda. We have cucumber soda.
Rose soda.
Rose,
The soda shop?
Rose petal sodas. Soda Pop Stop.
Oh,
Yes, it is a great place. They have a location in California, but I don't live in California, so I order off the internet. But
They mail you glass bottles of soda.
oh, there's music. I didn't know there was gonna be music on the site.
yeah. Yeah, the repugnant for this week is their website. It is terrible.
Okay, so they got cucumber soda. I think I tried that.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my repugnant this week music on web pages.
Yes, thank you.
Aw.
That is
I
is
agree.
always annoying. Or sound effects. There's a web page we go to order food deliveries, and they have a honking horn every time you go on the site.
Yeah, there's Bulldog.
It is very annoying. So yeah, that is the delightful and the repugnant, and now it's time for world news. I'll go ahead and do my story first this week.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think I've gone first yet. Investigation of giraffe's death sought.
Oh, jeez.
Animal Protection of New Mexico, which might be affiliated with the International Primate Protection League, who knows, has asked a federal agency to investigate last week's death of a giraffe at the Hillcrest Park Zoo in Clovis.
And that's like that one play, Death at a Giraffe Zoo.
And here's a follow-up story. 3 giraffes die at American zoos in 1 week. In the span of just 1 week, 3 giraffes have died at zoos in the Southwest.
Something's going on here.
Zookeepers found
it's the-
Slim, an 18-month-old baby giraffe, dead when they showed up for work at the Ellen Trout Zoo in Lufkin,
The
Texas.
giraffe apocalypse.
After only 4
I didn't
months
say
at
that
the
right.
Hillcrest Park Zoo in Clovis, New Mexico, a giraffe named Jay was found sick and lying down in his pen and was euthanized. At the Albuquerque Biopark, a 3-year-old giraffe named Rena collapsed without warning and had to be euthanized. What is going on to our nation's giraffes?
It's the apocalypse.
It is the
Of the
giraffe-alypse.
giraffes!
The giraffe-alypse.
The giraffes.
2011 is like the giraffe 2012.
Giraffes are nasty animals. You see them fighting?
Oh, yeah,
They
they
swing their necks
whack
around
their
and their
necks
heads.
into each other.
That's how I
Oh my
fight,
God.
actually. I try to swing my head around at people. I get my ass handed to me, and then I almost die.
Yeah, so apparently, I think there's a conspiracy. I think someone is taking out the nation's giraffes.
I think so. I think. Well, it's not me.
I think
let's
we
get
need
that
to
out in the open right now.
We need to take what we've learned from the International Primate Protection League and form an International Giraffe Protection League,
Ah, you beat me to it.
the IGPL.
You beat me to the joke.
Jason has all these jokes written down already, Robert. You cannot beat him to any jokes.
I don't have any of this written. It's an obvious joke, though. When the episode's about the International Primate Protection League, and we come across a story.
We should have an International Giraffe Protection League. An IGPL.
The IGPL.
The logical.
I work for IGPL.
Freeze.
Freeze, giraffe police.
I know you got a giraffe hanging around here. There's a giraffe in the corner with a lampshade over its head. That's just my lamp. There's no giraffe.
Wait a minute.
I had
We're gonna investigate.
I had a relative who had a lamp exactly like that.
She had a giraffe lamp?
Yeah, she liked giraffes. She had giraffe statues and everything all around her house.
There's a lady I work with who's actually refinishing a wooden giraffe that's probably about 6 or 7 feet tall, I think. It's a wooden giraffe that she's sanding down and going to repaint and stain, I guess.
Have you heard her mumbling to herself about Hell, if she can't have a giraffe, no one can.
It's actually like a Trojan horse type. They're going to hollow it out and put fireworks inside of it.
Yeah. What is your news story, Robert?
My news story is actually a lot of people already know about it. Went a little lazy this week with the article, but the TV show 2.5 Men has been halted.
Yes.
Production for 2.5 Men has been halted because Charlie Sheen said a lot of mean things about the show's creator.
Charlie Sheen.
He said some mean, nasty, hurtful words.
He did. He released an open letter to TMZ.com. He said, I fire back once again, and this contaminated little maggot can't handle my power, and can't handle the truth. I wish him nothing but pain in his silly travels, especially if they wind up in my octagon. I don't know what that means. Clearly, I have defeated this earthworm with my words. Imagine what I would have done with my fire-breathing fists. Then he goes on to say, I urge all my beautiful and loyal fans who embraced this show for almost a decade to walk with me side by side as we march up the steps of justice to right this unconstitutional wrong.
Charlie Sheen. That is... I mean, if you're going to be an asshole, you might as well be a gigantic asshole.
You might as well go all out.
I commend him for that, for going all the way with his assholery.
I'm just surprised that the show's still actually on. And
I'm surprised too because it's never been good.
I have to admit that I've watched it and I'll laugh at a couple of lines, but overall the show the show's the same every episode. He gets a hooker in the bed, and the kid in the show makes stupid, the kid's dumb, plays a dumb, and then the other guy is just an idiot. And it's like every episode's the same thing. There's nothing. It doesn't vary at all.
Yeah,
but that's most sitcoms anyway. But
yeah, so that's my news story.
What's your news story, Chris?
A guy evidently, over the course, I think, of a couple years, sends $200,000 to a fake online girlfriend. It's a 48-year-old guy. He never met this girl, but he was pretty sure that he was dating someone online. And over the course of 2 years, he sent over $200,000 in cash to several accounts
in Nigeria,
Malaysia, England, and the U.S.
Wow.
Well, first of all, if how many times have you heard something on the news saying do not send any money to Nigeria? It's a scam. And so this guy thinks that he's dating a girl, and how many people have posted fake pictures? It's like oh, send a pic of yourself, and then they send like a supermodel swimsuit. Yeah, this is me.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Well,
at what point when you're sending your internet girlfriend tens of thousands of dollars into hundreds of thousands of dollars, at which point do you start requesting that you actually meet?
You know how it ended. It ended because the quote unquote girlfriend, I guess, alluded to the fact that she was kidnapped or something in London. The guy thought that she was kidnapped in London. So evidently the thieves were like, well, we made $200,000. We need to end this somehow. It's like, let's just get kidnapped. And so the guy calls the police going, my girlfriend has been kidnapped. Who's your girlfriend? Some girl I sent $200,000 over 2 years. The police say the man was in disbelief when the officer told him his girlfriend didn't exist. Yeah. When a random police officer who doesn't even know any of the background of this, I could tell you right off the bat. Yeah, and working at a grocery store, we did Western Unions and everything, and there was a couple times that I felt that people were sending money they were actually sending money to Nigeria, and I told them, I said, hey, I'm 99% sure that this is a scam. Do you personally know the people you're sending the money to? And they're like, but I won the lottery. And I'm like, this is a scam. You did not win any. Do you remember playing the lottery? No, but that's crazy. I won it.
Yes, those people actually exist.
Yeah, and you're right, Jason. At what point, at what dollar value do you realize, well, I wonder what's going on?
Yeah, I should probably talk to Sarah about meeting.
How much have you spent so far?
Everything. I had to go to Jackie for like $20. She's 15 years old. My 15-year-old half sister.
You're already breaking her into her piggy bank.
Yeah, stealing money
Jackie,
from my little sister.
I need $20. My
But
internet,
Robert-
my internet girlfriend needs money.
My internet girlfriend, I think she's going to get kidnapped, and I need to pay the ransom.
She's got kidnapped again, third time this week. I need $20,000.
Yeah, you'd think you'd spend the money just to buy a plane ticket out to go see her.
She only lives in San Marcos, which is like 30 minutes away from me too. So
Before we can meet, I need a new car.
Yes, I'm going to need a new car, and I want to get some new clothes and jewelry so I look nice when you finally come and see me. Okay. It was probably at the $200,000 level that he was like, all right, I'm going to go fly out there. And that's when she said, oh, I was kidnapped. Sorry.
And that's world news. Oh, I wanted to do a plug
Uh-oh.
for
one of my stuff.
no for Jim Ether.
Oh,
He's doing his mystery paintings.
I like that guy. I already bought one of them.
Yep, there's this guy, Jim Ether. He's a video artist and a painter and a musical artist, and he's done a couple feature films. And I'm a big fan. I have a couple of his paintings, but he's doing these $10 mystery paintings. You could find information at his website, perisarc.com. That's perisarc.com. And he does paintings. You send him it's $10 plus shipping, and I think shipping's what is it, $2? Let me check.
My mystery painting is me in a blue suit eating chicken wings.
Yeah, shipping's $2. So for $12, you get a completely original painting sent to you from Jim Ether.
One of a kind.
How come he didn't paint a picture of me?
Have you bought a mystery painting?
No.
You should buy a mystery painting, Chris.
You
I'm
can
looking.
do.
I'm looking he's got a.
You can do requests.
There's a painting of a corn driving a tractor.
There's a lot of vehicle paint. He does a lot of fruit driving weird vehicles.
He seems to go through with the mystery paintings. If you look at his paintings, there seems to be things that he gets in his head for a certain series of paintings.
I'll buy a painting from him if it's a painting of me.
There's like a crab guy at a carnival.
Yeah.
Or circus or something. Or he's a governor.
So that
It's a candy cane mobile.
I'm a big fan of his.
I am too. I have both of those movies too as well.
Yes.
I like the. I was looking through his Tumblr. I like the one of the water statue. Looks like it's something pissing on this lady.
Oh yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. That's right up my alley.
We gotta have him on the show sometime.
Yeah, he should definitely be one of our guests.
Did the paintings that you have, Jason, were they the coffee cups? The coffee, if I'm not mistaken.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
That was from his Food People series. Anyway, we should get to this week's Order of the Pony update. So, our new Grandmaster has been chosen.
Oh, really?
Is it me?
No.
Damn.
Now, the Grandmaster is not the leader of the Order. It goes on the top levels. Overseer, High Overseer, Grand Priest, High Grand Priest, Grandmaster, High Grandmaster, Grand Commander. So there's a couple Grandmasters. We have a new one. So congratulations to Name Withheld, who is now one of our Grandmasters of the Order of the Pony. And just to clarify, his name has not been censored. He literally changed his name to first name, last name Withheld a decade or so ago on orders from the Chaos Pony. So, way to go, Name Withheld. Also, we've been asked to put out this notice. If anyone notices a gigantic red airship shaped like a British bowler hat, please do not approach it. Instead, please, email us at orderofthepony@gmail.com with its location, and I'll be sure to send that information off to the appropriate authorities within the order.
Do they need to take pictures of this so we know it for sure?
If you can take a picture, go ahead, but do not. It might be dangerous to look at it for prolonged amounts of time.
Oh.
So yeah,
That in mind.
that is the Order of the Pony update.
Woo!
We've got a lot of email.
A lot of email.
We've got so much email.
Is the bat? Good thing you have Gmail because their space is ever growing.
Well, email doesn't take up that much room to begin with.
Yeah,
this
but
is not the 90s where you got a 10 megabyte Hotmail account.
I still have my old Hotmail account. It automatically forwards to my Gmail.
I have Yahoo.
I have AOL.
My first email address was AOL.
Speaking of old school stuff, does Alta Vista still exist?
No, I have no idea. There's a lot of those.
Yes, it still exists.
Man.
Oh my god. Ugh.
All right,
brings me
so from Kevin, hi Jason, Chris, and Nux. Could you please summarize the plots of the 4 Deathbat movies? I remember reading that you outlined the plots for all the movies, and I think everyone would benefit from hearing you describe them. Yeah, actually, me, Chris, Josh, and David did this movie called Deathbat 4. It's like a 70s sort of bad horror, low budget film. And there was actually plots for the first 3. We just did Deathbat 4, but I have in my head plot lines for the entire series. In the first movie, Deathbat comes, and it's a normal-sized bat from space. And it attacks people and kills people, and eventually is destroyed by a giant laser that some scientists put together. And then in the second movie, the scientists use the DNA from the Deathbat to try to create a weapon, and they end up accidentally creating this massive giant bat called Mega Deathbat. And then to fight that, they create a Paco Bat.
A Paco Bat.
Which is another giant bat that they develop to fight for humanity. And Mega Deathbat gets killed. And in the third movie, rats have eaten the corpse of Mega Deathbat and mutated because of that to create Death Rats. So it's Deathbat 3, Death Rat. And so there's Death Rat. There's not even any bats in Deathbat 3.
Arguably the best in the series.
Yeah. And then there's Deathbat 4, which is the one that's actually on the internet. You can see a scene from Deathbat 4. It's like take it from the middle of the film. Alright, our next email is from Freddie. Excuse me if this seems intrusive, but I'm full of intrigue as to whether you guys have real jobs, or is this what you do for a living?
I've never had a real job in my life because I started making money off of my movies when I was 16 and a half. So I never had to get a real job.
Yeah.
And then when Clay World Off the Table came out when I was 17, I made a shitload of money. And ever since then, I've been pretty much set.
I had real jobs for a while, and then I started doing freelance video editing work, and eventually the YouTube stuff started taking off, and I was able to make money off of merchandising, and now I make off merchandise and YouTube revenue, and yeah, this is my making videos on the internet is my full-time job now.
So I'm the only one currently, well, very briefly. I started working when I was 16 years old at a grocery store, and it's funny because I still work at Publix now once a month just to keep my foot in the door. And I work out at the Space Center now, but I will be leaving in April to be doing this full time.
Welcome to
internet.
the club. Welcome to the internet club.
Is it a nice feeling not to have to worry about sitting inside of a cube all day?
It's
because
wonderful,
I sit in a cube.
You get really lazy though.
Do you really?
Where Robert gets really lazy.
I sleep until 3. This is early for me. We're recording this at 2:34 right now.
Why is your schedule so off?
When Robert comes to visit, he has never woken up earlier than 1 o'clock. Not a single time.
I wake up.
Because I get up, I go out to eat, and I do my grocery shopping or whatever I have to do. Because I eat out. I eat out every day. I don't eat very healthy. I eat out every day. That's a bad thing about making a lot of money. You eat out every day, and you You get fat. I'm fat. I'm a fat ass. I'm a really fat guy.
Are you serious?
And by the time I get home, it's like 5 p.m. And then I start working on something, and then take a break, masturbate, and then get back to work and play a little bit of video games. And then by the time I'm done, it's 6 a.m. and it's time to go to sleep.
That's the day in the life of Robert Bentfer.
I cut out a lot of masturbating.
My day starts before you even go to bed. My day starts at 5:30 in the morning.
Jeez, I can't do that.
And then you drive in and you sit in a cube. You sit in a 4-walled box. It's a padded box all day. Shoot me now. Only till April.
It's almost over, man.
Almost over. I'll still work at Publix. So.
This is all going to fall apart, and you're going to have to
just to go back. Well, that's why I'm keeping my job at Publix.
You have to get a job at Wendy's.
No,
you're going to ruin Chris's life.
No, I'll stay at Publix. I'll just do my Publix thing again. I love Publix.
We got an email from Mitchell. He says, I love the show so far, and I enjoy listening to it, and I was hoping to submit a segment idea. In episode 2, you got into a little discussion about games, and it was very interesting to know what kind of games you prefer and systems you own. I would like to hear a segment about gaming. Segment could contain your thoughts on a game you played recently, a game you're looking forward to, or games from your childhood you would like to share.
Well, we already talked about most of that stuff. I just beat New Vegas. Took me 3 months because I gave up for a while, but I finally beat New Vegas.
Yeah.
So I'm not really playing anything now. Before that, I already mentioned what I played. It was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I don't want it to make it a regular segment, but I think when we play a game we like, we're going to bring it up in the show.
What was your favorite?
Dead Rising 2 before Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
What was your guys' favorite game growing up? Like, what's the one game now?
Super Mario 3 is what got me into video games. I was addicted to it.
That's the first video game I ever played, and I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I think it was the same. It was the first game I played. I was older than 3 though.
Yeah.
I think I think everything from Mario Brothers to Mario Kart. Like, I love Mario. Like, I could play old school Mario Kart right now, and I think it would still be fun.
Oh yeah.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3 is what got me into video games.
That was the one with the raccoon tail and you could fly, right?
Yeah, although it wasn't a raccoon tail. I think.
What was it? I thought it was a raccoon tail because I thought you turned into like a raccoon.
What the hell was it?
No, it's a different animal.
You got the frog suit.
Hold on.
What was the point of the frog suit? I forgot. You just hop.
No, yeah, raccoon tail was. Yeah, no, you're right.
You fly.
I was thinking something else.
Don't test my knowledge of Mario, which it isn't really that extensive.
What about Halo?
I'm not really a big
I just
Halo fan.
I played it a little bit, but
I got bored of the gameplay because I'm not.
You talking about Halo on PC or
on PC?
Xbox.
No, on
Well, Halo originally started on PC, right?
No,
that's
I thought Halo was on PC.
No, that's Forerunner. I don't know.
Halo is what launched the. I mean, that's what got the Xbox to be the system it is. Halo is the game that made the Xbox popular.
What game? I must be thinking. I think I might be thinking of Half-Life.
Yeah,
I like the Halo games.
I
get bored. By the time I played, I finished Halo Reach, and the gameplay's. I get bored of the gameplay, but I like the story.
I've gotten a little bit bored of first-person shooters. They're
yeah, I agree. I usually don't like them.
Yeah, it takes a little bit involvement. You know what I like? I like the old SimCity games. I really like the SimCity games.
I could never sit at one of those games for long enough because no matter what was going on.
Don't even lie. You played the crap out of Sim Tower.
Yeah, no, Sim Tower. Yeah, but with SimCity. The problem with the game. No, because I would play SimCity. And no, I played all these games a lot. It's just I could never actually build a city because I would start building it and then immediately destroy it. I would just set disaster after disaster.
What about Roller Coaster Tycoon?
I had that game on a Saturn, I think. No, it wasn't. Theme Park. Maybe?
I
think it's Sim Theme Park was one.
I'd always figure out ways to get people killed, like that thing that ride you get in and it goes straight up in the air and then it goes right back down. I'd make it go up too fast and it would fly 100 feet in the air and then come down and explode.
There was a weird bug with Sim Tower that I can never get people to go above a certain floor.
Really?
Yeah, I could never, like, I would build the elevators and just the little
Well, there's
AI
a particular way.
Actually,
Yeah, there's a particular way you had to build them.
Yeah,
Actually,
I could never get that right. Even with the preset, like, I would load up the pre-made levels and just people wouldn't go above a certain level. There might have been a corruption with the game.
I really like the Resident Evil series. I think that's one of my favorites. Even
Resident Evil?
Even the newer ones.
I played Resident Evil 5. I bought it when it was released, full price, and I played it for 5 minutes and stopped.
I liked it. Why?
It was just load after, like, you would play for 5 seconds and then it would load, and then you would play for another 5 seconds. There would be a cutscene and then it would load, and then you would play for another 5 seconds.
I don't think the whole game's like that though.
And I started playing, and there were so many because Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. And when I started, I was so annoyed by so much of Resident Evil 5 when I was playing that I just had to stop.
Resident Evil 4 is actually the Resident Evil game that Resident Evil purists hate because it changed the whole formula. Resident Evil formula.
I was never a fan of the original. Like, I don't think they've aged as well.
I like them all.
And I kind of play them, and it's like, I'm walking around. It's only challenging because the controls are so bad.
They made films out of these games too. Looks like
basically killing every boss fight is basically you stand somewhere, you shoot a little bit, and then you run to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And you shoot some more, and then you run to the other side of the room and you shoot some more.
I've actually seen every single Resident Evil film.
You have
you really?
even the new ones?
Yes, that's the only series in which that's the only, like, bad horror series in which for some reason I've seen every single one.
Even the new 3D one?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I keep seeing them. And I liked the first half of the first one. I like the first half of the third one, and that's about it. But I keep watching them.
I actually like the first one.
I like the first half of the first one.
I like the Marilyn Manson score.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I really like the first one. But the first half of the first one is actually a pretty good horror movie. The second half is terrible. But it's because it starts out, it's really artistic, it's really interesting, and it just leads nowhere but just monsters. So
you know what a guilty pleasure for me is?
What's that?
The Mortal Kombat movie. It's the same director, Paul Anderson or something.
No.
Mortal Kombat. What year was that one?
That's 94, I think. That was my childhood. That's probably the only reason why why I even like it. It's because I just loved it as a kid.
You see the
Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car.
You see the Street Fighter movie?
No, I haven't seen that. I saw the Nostalgia Critic episode of it, though.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
Oh, man. I watched that as a kid, and even as a kid, I was like, this is not very good.
Aren't they making a new Street Fighter Mortal Kombat where they kind of cross?
Maybe. They're always doing new stuff. I'm surprised that these series have actually continued into the...
They're actually rebooting the original Mortal Kombat series. I mean, the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's called Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's called Mortal Kombat.
Well, we were about out of time, actually.
We actually like video games a lot more than we like to admit.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, we grew up with them. We still play them.
I was kind of disappointed by the Ghostbusters game. I'm staring at it right now.
Yeah, I played. That's another game I played for about an hour and then just was bored.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, I think they're making another sequel.
3.
Really? Because there's been rumors of that for the last couple of years, and it never came to anything.
I remember reading an article
and I think
recently.
I think it's just Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd is the only one who wants another Ghostbusters movie to start up. So he keeps telling the press
the
that
final
they're working.
Ghostbuster.
He keeps releasing, like, stories to the press that they're working on something, but they never are. Everyone else always denies it.
Well, see, but I thought like everybody was like in on it except for Bill Murray didn't want to do it anymore.
Actually,
like
that's
everyone else was in.
Because I know Ernie Hudson, he's up for it, and Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis. He's up for it too.
Gone.
Right here.
Ramis.
Yeah, I just hear Bill Murray's. I just keep hearing that Bill Murray's being a dick about it. Apparently, I don't know. I heard one thing where he decided not to do it because Year One didn't do so good, and that was a Harold Ramis movie.
Nah.
So if that's the case, then Yogi Bear didn't help the matter at all. Yogi Bear probably ruined any chance of Ghostbusters 3.
I still haven't seen that one. I don't know if I'll ever see it.
Yogi Bear.
I don't think anybody saw that movie.
Why would that be a thing that you would see?
I
still haven't seen the Yogi Bear movie.
Okay,
I know everyone's talking about it.
I'll catch it on Netflix.
I'll add it to my queue.
Saying you haven't seen the Yogi Bear movie is not like saying you haven't seen The Matrix.
Yes, it is.
I like the old Yogi Bear cartoons. I just heard this one was terrible.
You need to play Dead Rising, Jason.
I have played Dead Rising.
Oh, really? The last time I was there, you said you haven't played it. Dead Rising 2?
Not 2.
You need to play that one. That's the one. You need to play that one.
Okay.
Big boy. I'm just sitting here staring at my games.
Yeah.
I'm still in the video game discussion.
Are you going to play video games after we're done with this?
I'm probably going to go back to sleep. No. I'm going to go get some food.
Well, I think this has been a successful episode.
I think it is too.
I think our future is filled with promise. We've made it
Promise
through
of
4
podcasts.
episodes.
You think we've pleased the Chaos Pony?
I'm not sure there is pleasing for the Chaos Pony. I think the Chaos Pony just does whatever.
Chaos Pony doesn't give a shit.
Nope.
I mean, we do everything it asks.
Even the completely unreasonable stuff.
It's just... The whole thing's stupid. It's a stupid cult. Let's start over.
Every week, Robert.
He did it in the first 10 seconds, and he's going to do it in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Robert.
Go ahead and just say fiend.
Fiend.
You've been listening to Chaos Pony, the official podcast of the Order of the Pony. You can write to us at orderofthepony@gmail.com.